of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a key mask, the motion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a key mask, the motion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up.
Welcome to the show. Guys, I have Jay Relentless scheduled for today. I'm sorry, y'all be rubbing. Y'all see me doing that. I be rubbing my dog on knees. I'm sitting in this doggone chair. I tell y'all I'm gonna get me a real chair in a minute. So I ain't got to sit in this little chair that be stomping my legs down and stuff. Got my dog on knees and my neck hurting. Anyway, we had scheduled today Jay Relentless. Unfortunately, Jay can't be with us. He had a family emergency. Um, he asked to be scheduled for next week's show. However, next week's show already has someone fitted in there, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. So maybe we can catch Jay down the line somewhere. I'm not certain where, but down the line somewhere. And also, I see that we're having issues streaming on Blast Facebook and also I think it's Blast Facebook and Blast Music. But we're on Blast Radio right now. So the show must go on, damn it, with or without Jay Relentless. I hope you see that right there so he know what my is. But we can never discount family emergencies and stuff like that. So we let him go ahead and handle his business from there. And of course we go on. But today we were going to talk about the music and the producing and stuff and what actually brings people to want to do these sort of things. Like I'm a person that likes to um, kind of go into my discography, and so maybe I'll do that today. I hadn't had plans on doing it, but daggone it, we'll do it for today. I'm your host, Miss Tosh B, also known as the poet Tosh B. Um, you can find my information on Instagram, the poet Tosh B, or Twitter, which is the Ultimate DJ Music Review, and all other sites. But how I began, um, I started DJing maybe when I was about 13, 12 or 13. Yeah, somewhere around there, 12 young. And little known to myself, there wasn't many women DJs at the time that I began to DJ. And I didn't DJ. I like, let me say, when people do sets, there's a set DJ and then there's a specialty DJ. I'm more like a specialty DJ because what I do is I'll home in on what your beat is, on how your beat is rocking and what's going in order to add the most dynamic thing to it. And so what I learned how to do, my specialty was the blend. And what we call a blend back in the day, now they call a mashup right now, where you, but the mashup and the blend is two different things, because a mashup is literally trying to make another song fit in. It's like mushing the songs together. And the blend is the opposite. A blend is actually blended the two songs together to the point where it sounds like one song. So I've mastered the blend, and now I play with the mashups, if that makes sense to y'all. Like I think I did a blend I remember before was with Kalani and something. I Need a Gangster. Like I love that song so much. And if you notice on my page, if you go down and you listen to some of the blends, you'll see that I have Daniel Caesar and Little Flip, which would be considered a mashup. It's not actually a blend, because they're way two different speeds coming from two different sides. One is like 154 and the other one is like 80 something. So in order to make those fit, what you have to do is you have to bring the 154 up to about 160, and then bring the 82 down to like 80 in order for it to mesh well together. Those things are how mashups are created. Things that you normally don't do. Things that are normally not on there are you know, things that normally don't match are what we call a mashup. And so now I master the mashup after mastering the blend. But my journey began way back when I was about 13, maybe, give or take. Because I know you guys don't know much about me. I was a former community activist. I had got into it a little bit with OG Star, um, who is one of my fellow activists. And I'm formerly a community activist. Before that, I helped a lot of people, like a lot of people go through recovery. And so, I was known for um, being what they call that, uh, a support system to recovering addicts. Until I realized that they just really want to get high. They just want to get back fat. They ain't God forgive me. Some of them want to get clean and sober. Some of them do. Some of them just want to get their weight back. And so those that remain clean and sober, those that I wanted to see remain clean and sober, and that have remained clean and sober, I have actually stayed in their life. Over the years. Even some of them that didn't stay sober, I remained in their life anyway. But that was my earlier, from 20 something up. Before that, what made me stop DJing was that I gotten pregnant. If I hadn't gotten pregnant, I would have been on tour with DJ Kid Nice and the crew. DJ Kid Nice gave me the first opportunity as a female DJ, one of the first in New York State, to be able to go on tour with him. I was very young. I couldn't have been no more than 14 years old. And so what happened is that my mom, she wouldn't let me go with the grown men, which is right. That's it, as a grown up. Me and her always argued about it later on, because I always say to her stuff like, had I went, I probably wouldn't be pregnant. So me and her used to laugh about it all the time about, you should let me go. And but she's gone now. God bless the dead. But I just wanted to give you guys an insight into who I am and what I do. So, after I decided to, I was a young mommy, stopped DJing, never stopped DJing. I can never say that. I never stopped DJing. even though I was a young mommy. I kept going with the DJ, and I just did it quietly behind the scenes because I was a full-time at home mommy. Um, I know a lot of women, who feel like, we could do both. At the time, I couldn't do both. I just, was trying to be a mommy at the time. So I never had the opportunity to do both. So later on, once the my children got bigger, then I started highlighting, other talents that I had, which was the the ability to be able to spit words. You know, I was little. I used to be trying to make up raps and stuff. Everybody try to rap. I try to rap too. I was better at writing than I was rapping. I used to have this one little rap when I was about 14 or 15. And you try to bite the hand that feeds you. I don't know why. So I think it's time for me to cut your food supply. That was one of my favorite uh uh little girl raps when I was little. And so now that I'm grown and I've gone on to be one of New York's hottest poets and showcased in different areas and different spaces of my life, which um even though I was doing poetry, I've always still DJ'd behind the scene. I just never let that part of me be seen. So the most prominent part of my life came out um, in poetry. This is when my gifts began to start showing. Was during my poetry era because I nobody knew that I could write. See, when you're a mommy or when you're a young mommy or you're a stay-at-home mommy or you're in your mommy phases, a lot of times you put yourself on hold. I know I did. And what I began to do as my children got older is I began to become myself again because I was only mommy for that long. I didn't have a chance to be Tosh, you know. And so in the process of me losing Tosh trying to be mommy, I never lost me. And I praise God for that because a lot of people can lose themselves in the process of doing the things that they do. Thank you, Troy, for uploading my intro. And so a lot of people lose themselves when they go trying to be mommies and stuff. And I know that the fellas can't understand that because a lot of times, the fellas want you to be for them and only for them. And sometimes that's just not where women are. I was there as a full-time mommy for my whole life. So now I've taken off from being a mommy and I've gone back to having my own type of life and my own lifestyle. And so um right now a lot of times me and my children clash or one of my children, but because they can't understand outside of them there was another person. um I think my daughter gets it more than anyone else gets it in my life is that mommy is a person outside of just mommy because she's a mommy as well. And her being a mommy, I think she understands me a little bit better at following my own dreams. Because she became a young mommy as well. And she's a great mom though. And I appreciate her. She did take time to learn how to to all the things that I could teach her as fast as I could teach her in order for her to be the mom that she needed to be for my grandson. But she listens. And because she listens, she's able to sustain that most women are supposed to sustain anyway, as mommies. Um and for that I always heap praise on her because she's a person that will listen. She's a person that'll listen to her mom and get things done. And she definitely gets things done. Just sent me this Arab cologne. I ought to spray it. I wish Tariq was sitting next to me when I got it, because I'd have sprayed it over at him. Like, dude, this cover up the scent. Me and her laughed about that for about half an hour. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, y'all see me getting comfortable on my little raggedy chair, right? Y'all know that move back there and me lifting that fat leg up. But anyway, yeah, so as far as my discography, I go back from 13 or 14 years old, one of New York's first female DJs. When I came out, there was only me and Jazzy. I didn't there was nobody else. It was only me and Jazzy Joyce. And I remember meeting Jazz at the park with Starsky. Um, we happened to be hanging out. I don't know if it was Rutgers Park or one of those parks, but happened to be hanging out with my homegirls, and Starsky was giving a show out there, and that's how I met Jazz. We were very young though. We were like 16, 15 and 16. And Jazz had something that I didn't have. Jazz had the ability to be able to scratch and scratch and stuff. Like, I could scratch, but I can't do it like everybody else. That's why you guys see me when I blend, I make the scratch work for itself. You know, if you'll ever see me create a blend, I'll create a blend that have a scratch in it already, so that I ain't gotta mess up and make the needle jump and shit. Because some people, y'all think they be scratching, they don't. They be the needle be jumping like a muggity mug. And then this controller, I'm getting used to it. I'm not really used to a controller. And every time I try to use it, it has this slide method or a slide mode. When you pull it back, it when you get ready to let it go, it slides real slow, or it does this speed up thing or something crazy and shit that I'm not used to. I'm used to a actual turntable, so trying to mess with these controllers are very difficult to me. So what you guys will see me have is I have a set of turntables in my hand at all times. Anywhere I go, I'm ready to do a blend. I don't care where I'm at, I'm ready to do a blend. Cause I got a set of turntables in my hands at all times. See, some people think that turntables have to be on a plate. Turntables can be anywhere if you know how to use them. And so mine are digital on my telephone. I have a set of turntables that I would work just like I would work a regular set of turntables right on my phone. Throw my beats up, throw my joints up, blend right on the spot and keep right on moving. All I need to do is plug in. A lot of people like looking at me like, how do you do that? How do you work that? And what's and I try to tell them, if you know how to DJ, you could DJ on anything except these controllers. I could DJ on a controller. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. But they just so inconvenient. I don't know. Maybe I need to practice more on them. I got used to being in a certain way when it comes to DJing. I'm so used to putting my hand down on that turntable. I'm so used to dropping my finger down on that turntable, and what I notice is even when I walk, I'm still like that. Even when listening to music, I still got I'm still in turntable mode even while listening, because I'm still got my finger on that table. But in the process of me finishing helping some people up in recovery, I became a community organizer. They say activist, I say organizer. And that I was, thank God, very much effective. And I was able to shake up some things, but only by the power of God was I able to shake up anything. I try to make everybody know that when um when I'm speaking to them, because a lot of people don't believe in God, but without God, we really can't do much. Once I got into the understanding and the knowledge and learning about who God is, and what God is and what He wants and what it requires and stuff, and started falling into the line of the requirements, God started opening up doors for me. Like all kind of doors opened up. It was just stuff everywhere. Like I everywhere. I started, being over here, over there, over there. And it's not stopped. The doors have not shut. In fact, more doors have opened for me as a consequence of actually believing in God. I never forget I moved from here to another place, another state one time. And because of one of my very best friends who is Muslim, I sought out the mosque. I went to the mosque to go and ask for some help. I was, having some difficulties. And the imam told me that if I wasn't his woman, he couldn't help me. And I had never heard that before, especially having my family and them, be Muslim. And I never heard that before. I never heard that before. So I was kind of messed up with that conversation, right? Because he was trying to get me. He was trying to tell me Saladin. No, it wasn't Saladin. Imam. No, Imam Saladin is my man. This was another one. His name was something. Started with a B. Anyway, so he was trying to convince me that if I be his woman, then he could help me. And I told him, because I was in the thick of the storm. And in the thick of the storm, I said to him, I choose Christ. I choose Jesus Christ. And as soon as I said I chose Jesus Christ, a phone call came in and some stuff changed in my life, like immediately. As soon as I said I choose Jesus Christ, the phone call came in. Like ring, like not even 30 seconds later, ring. And the phone call was for me. And the phone call was somebody coming to get me out of that dire strait. And so when I tell people that I never turn my life around from believing in God, and I'll never stop trusting God and believing in Christ, and because I've called on the name of Christ and understand the power in it. And so, like I was saying to you, as going forward, these were some of the blessings that spilled off from me not denying Christ the years before in another place. So, now it carries forward, and now I'm into the next place. And those blessings just spill right over. So that's how I became a community organizer. Um, in the process, I got a chance to help and get on way from some folks. Um, started doing poetry with a group called the New Poets, Nubian Poet Productions, New Poet Productions. And that's how I was able to become one of New York's top 5 poetry slam winners. Um, which was actually New York's hottest poets through New York's hottest poets. And you'll see one of my fellow poets come on in a couple weeks. His name is Kasim Allah. One of my favorite poets ever. If I was to name one of my favorite poets, Kasim Allah would probably be, one of my favorite New York's hottest poets. Hey, Jamie. Girl, I took that hair down now. It ain't in the bun, girl. Look at that. It got a little swing to it. Got a little swing to it. Look at it, girl. Uh huh. But yeah, so I went on to be a poet and do some things in life and have some fun. I met some people and upset some folks with my poetry. And when I quit doing poetry, I started doing a lot of shows. I used to run a African American Day parade and uh, some other stuff. I tried to take that time and give it to the kids. That was my preferred purpose of angle. Naquasia, I did braid this doggone hair, but look, girl, it is itching the hell out of me. You don't see me scratching? I'm about to scratch the hell out this hair, Quage. No more baby ponytail, boo boo boo. Thank you, Troy, once again for my intro. I appreciate you. Yes, so yeah, I went on to go do some things in life, and then I circled back to in my end to do the to DJ, which was my first love. I've been collecting music since about 6 or 7 years old. Me and my brother. We didn't really ask for toys and stuff growing up. We asked for record albums and music albums and stuff like that. So from 6 on up, I've been collecting music. And so because of that time frame and that age frame, what I learned how to do was master memorizing the beat. So I can name that beat in like 3 beats. Whatever song coming down the line, I could probably tell you either that beat or where that beat came from. That's how long I've been collecting music. That's how long I've been underneath music. That's how long I've been in music. In the process of the community activism, I became a executive A&R for Presidency Records. Um, Presidency was incorporation from an extension of Arista Records, and to a friend of mine, Fred June, who came to and sought me out in the process of me doing the stuff that I was doing within the community. He came and sought me out and grabbed hold of me to become one of the executives for Presidency Records. And so, from then, 20 years ago until now, I've continued to be a stand-in A&R here and there, or a stand-in management executive here and there, or a stand-in uh, um I'm thinking, y'all, I'm coming. It's coming. I told my daughter woke me up at 4:40, so my brain is trying to well, 4 something. I'm trying to get my brain together, y'all. But I also stood in, I stand in the byway for artist development is what I'm trying to say to you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm working on it. But yeah, so this is my life. With or without any artists in my life. This is just what my life is. It's been in music, it's been in service, it's been in um commitment, and it's taken a lot of humility for me to be able to do it. Because, like I had said to Naquasia, artists have big egos. So when you're dealing with a musical artist, um, a lot of times they think that y'all know about me and my ice. A lot of times they think that everything revolves around them as the artist, but forget that there's a um there's a plethora of things that go with being an artist. It's not just you. There's the accompaniments. There's the choreography. There's because you can't just stand up and sing. You have to have at least some choreography to it, because you want to be able to walk away from your mic and walk back and still have it. You don't want to hold the mic all the time, because then it lessens your chances of being an entertainer. You get what I'm saying? So there are things that accompany being a singer, but sometimes, well, artists, and sometimes artists have big egos, like the little girl Ice Spice. That baby got up there on stage with a professional like Taylor Swift and didn't know what to do, because nobody developed her. They just let her rap. They didn't. Nobody took time to develop her style, to develop her personality type on stage. They never took any development time with her. So now all she do is just stand around and, or she turn around, shake her butt a little bit or something like that. That's stuff like that. Stuff like that you're never supposed to do. All that stuff right there, all that stuff right there is supposed to be handled by management, by artist development. Like they're supposed to give her an overview on what it is that they need her to do step by step on that stage before she get to that stage. Because if they don't, what happens is that it turns around and it looks crazy on artists. Uh, it looks crazy on the record label team, if I'm making sense. The record label team is to blame for that. It's not actually the artist that's blamed for that, because you're supposed to prepare her before she goes to any stage. You're supposed to have some sort of setup. Like I was telling Equasia the other day, a couple weeks ago, I was telling Equasia about a street team and having a street team, and where the street team comes in handy at. And the street team comes in handy when it's time for you to be able to hand out your stuff in there. But artist development comes in handy when it comes time for those sort of things, where you need to be um, ready to present. Artist development is strictly for presentation, because we can't have our artists out there looking crazy. That's just, you just don't do that as a team. The team that you put together make you look good or make you look bad. And if you put together a team that makes you look bad, then that's exactly what you're going to get. Um, uh, Management, as far as management is concerned, um, a lot of people want management to be um, babysitters. Management is not your babysitter. I know I'm not your babysitter. I don't babysit grown people that's supposed to do what they're supposed to do anyway. I was having this conversation with my own children a couple of days ago, where I was discussing, you don't get rewarded for doing what you're supposed to do anyway. That stuff's supposed to come natural to you. That's stuff that you're supposed to want to do for yourself in order to go a little bit further within your own lifestyle. And so I try to keep people under the understanding of, you are your greatest fan. Don't nobody believe in you like you. If you don't believe in you, nobody else will believe in you. So if anybody is supposed to pat you on the back, it's supposed to be you. If anybody's supposed to uplift you, it's supposed to be you. If anybody is supposed to take control and take hold of a situation, it's you. If anybody knows your music better than you, something wrong with you. Like I say to people sometimes, I know your beat better than you. Like I can hear all your ins and out beats and all that, because I want to see, when I say stuff like that to people, I want to see if they refute it. You don't know my beat better than me. I said, now, because now it's time for me to challenge them. Well, what do you know? And I like to challenge people according to their music style and their music fanatics of fan base or fanaticism, or I don't know if that's a word, but y'all get what I'm saying. I like to challenge them in their shit. We'll say that. Until the other word come back to mind. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Until the other word come back, it's gonna circle back. It's gonna double back in a little while, and then I'll be back with the damn word. But I like to challenge people in their own stance to just to see where you at in your own self. Because a lot of people say they know some stuff, and I want to know what you know. Show me what you know. Show me what you're working with. You ain't gotta shake it fast, but watch yourself when you challenging people who've been in music for a long, long time, because they're gonna put you to the test every time. I'm a person that's gonna put you to the test. I don't know if you heard me say that to Naquasia a couple weeks ago. I said I was gonna challenge her and make you sing. She started singing beforehand. That's the person that really wanted. That's what happened. That's how Tyrese got caught. Cause Tyrese just singing. He just singing to be singing and be singing. He had no reason to be singing. He just walking down the block singing. And McDonald's picked him up like, yo, this is a singing ass boy right here. That's the person who wanted. Because you ain't got to press them to do it. They just do it because they do it. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know I brushed my teeth before I got on here. I got that damn toothpaste on each side, y'all. Then get it all. But anyway, yeah, so that's how Tyrese got caught, because he sang. He used to be singing. And a lot of people, you'll find that a lot of people are caught up on like that. Just, you know, because they just do what they do. It doesn't have there's no setup. There's no plan. They just do. I love those kind of people. You know, when I got to the poetry scene, knew that I wrote poetry, and nobody knew that I could write poetry at the drop of a dime. I could drop it right there on the scene, make a whole nother thing right there, a whole joint right there in 10 minutes, and it be legible, and it makes sense, and it nobody knew that I had that gift. And then when they seen that I had that gift, it was surprising to them. Like, yo, I never knew. And I'm old funky ass person sometimes, because I be saying messed up shit like while sitting right on my fucking couch, huh? You ain't know none of this shit about me while laying on my fucking couch and eating up my shit and sitting on my goddamn, my at my dining room table. You don't know none of this about me. Wow, saying that you know me. So there's some gifts that stay hidden with people, and I'm one of those people that I've hidden my gifts over the years, and I've done it, primarily to hype other people. It was primarily to make other people feel better about themselves. I've always hid myself. Like if somebody feel like they can't do, or they can't be, or I'll sometime I have lessened myself to make people feel greater. Because I'm a firm believer in that. The first class, and everybody be running to be first and shit, and I'm never running to be first. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait at the barbecue at the table. I'm gonna be one of the last people to eat. At the funeral, I'm gonna be one of the last people to eat. I'm gonna be one of the last people in the line at the. You get what I'm saying? I'm just one of those people that I'll wait. You know, because I watch all the other people run up there first, and everybody. And to me, that looks like a form of greed. And so, I believe in that the last shall be first thing when it comes to God. God said a strong, little powerful thing right there. Um, when he made that into scripture. That was a powerful statement. And in that statement, I learned how to live in that statement. And so, I don't mind going first either. I'll go first too, because I like showing the fuck off. You know, I'm good at what I do, so I like showing off. I don't mind going last because I'm gonna show off. I'm gonna make it worth every fucking while. Every minute that you waited for me to go, I'm gonna make it worth the damn while. As soon as I step to the stage, I'm coming. It's gonna be worth your while. Same with being first. I don't mind being first because I'm gonna show the fuck off. You're gonna have to follow. You're gonna have to follow me hard in the lead, if that makes sense. Because I'm gonna set the party off right off the bat, and then I'm gonna be a hard act to follow. So you're gonna have to follow me. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't mind going first for that purpose and for that reason right there. I don't mind going first. It's hard to explain to people the way that I am mentally. I don't mind going in the middle, you know, because going in the middle gonna make me upstage the ones before me, and overshadow the ones and become a behind me. I'm gonna get you every time. I'm gonna get it every time. Let's get it. That's my motto. I don't know if y'all hear a lot of people saying that, but that actually came from me. Let's get it. I sent it out some years ago when I was battling some DJs. I battled the whole entire world. I issued a battle for the entire world. Let's get it. I ain't never scared. Let's do it. And so it kind of stuck within, the music industries and the music places. Let's get it is this is a stuck statement now. That's how hard I press it. Let's get it. Cause that's my pick with you shit. Yeah, let's get it. That's my punky shit. Let's get it. Everybody got time for all that you talking about. Let's get it. Come on with it. That means serve it up, man. Anybody got time for all that right there. So a lot of things that, over the years has actually done a 180 in my life and come right back to me. So those things that I dropped off to be a mom came right back to me over the years. Like God never leave you void. So that's why when y'all hear me say stuff to you when I first come on, I say stuff like, we got to give God his just due, or I'm gonna always say God bless in the beginning or somewhere during this program, because whether other people don't believe in God or not, I do profusely, and I know what the power of the Lord will cause to happen in your life, and he's caused some things to happen in my life, and so I'm ever thankful all the time. And like I said, under the power of God, I never lost anything. Everything just doubled back 180 and came right back to me, which is what enabled me to be here with you guys on Blast Radio. I'm even thankful to Blast Radio for their little time with me. It's been a short time, but it's been a groovy time for the short time. I'm sorry that there are no um that Jay Relentless is not here, but there's nothing that we can do about an emergency situation. So the best I can do is improvise and tell y'all a little bit about my damn self. And yes, those are some of my accolades. When I said to you guys that I went on to do some community organization in which I received um, a gubernatorial citation from Governor David Patterson via Michelle Patterson. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I told the governor, even after he sent it, that I would always make him proud that he never had put his signature on to sign for a sucker ass chick. Like I'll never be a sucker ass chick with his signature on behind my name. I'm gonna always stand and rise to the occasion for him, because you don't put your name behind people that don't rise to the occasion. And a lot of times um I have quit being an A&R and artist management and different things because of just that. Because I don't like to put my name behind people who not gonna rise to the occasion. So if y'all see me leave something behind, know that it's because they won't do it. They not. You know, they say it, but they not. So yeah, guys. That's just one of many of my accolades. One that I'm very proud of, that I hold the gubernatorial citation, because not many people get the opportunity to have that under their belt. But it was something that was also a blessing to me going forward, um, from God. These were the things that came along with following God. And I still continue to follow God. And so that's how this program is able to be, and how I am able to be, actually, from day to day. Like I said to you guys, I'm not jump around and I ain't animated and stuff. And I don't do all that right there. I don't do none of all that shit, right? I don't do none of all that stuff right there, because I'm pretty calm in my regular life. If y'all see me acting like that, you probably look at me like I'm crazy. If the people who know me see me acting like that, they look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with her? So, I'm going to just try to stay being me on this show. Um, I don't want to be nobody else. So I'm going to stay being me on this show, and hope that eventually, as it goes along, it'll get bigger and bigger, because I'm going to stay being me. I ain't going to be nobody else. I'm going to be little old myself. And keep it moving from there. But yeah, I'm so sorry, guys, that we don't have Jay on here. Like I said to you, we can't do nothing about an emergency situation. There's nothing we can do about an emergency situation. Um, he's asking to come on next week. I don't have any availabilities for next week. I apologize, Jay, but I don't have any availabilities for next week, or the week after, or the week after, or the week after. But maybe we can do it sometime, coming down the line. Um, you know, uh, I'm always one of them suckers and sticklers for apologizing to the crowd, to the audience, because it's the audience that wait on you and shit to come through. It ain't just me. So I always, ask y'all to be a stickler for that apology to the audience and not just myself. Either way, coming or going, I'm gonna have somebody else coming or going. But the audience is who actually waits for you to show up. So the apology doesn't go to me, it goes directly to the audience itself. And that a lot of times when y'all, I try to give you my resume for the purpose of you being able to ask me things, because there are things that I am able to tell you, inside information. I was born disabled, but even in my disability, I was born disabled. Let me say that again. But even in my disability, I've been able to acquire information. And so what happens is that I don't like to hold it. If I got it, I'm going to give it to you. So if there's a way for me to get it to you, which this was one of the ways for me to be able to get it to the black people, or all people, but specifically the black American, because y'all know I'm FBA. And in order for us to get to where we need to be, because a lot of times nothing is given to us. Nothing is given to us that way. We have to actually slave or be in servitude for a lot of things in the United States as foundational Black Americans. And so what I try to do is I try to give it to us. We don't have I've been able to access some things, even disabled. And you know, I try to give us those accessibilities as foundational Black Americans, because I know that um we in this by ourselves, really. If y'all think we in it with somebody else with the help of people, no, they in it for them. They in it for their couple dollars. They in it for how, they can reap the gifts of us and make it benefit them. And so I'm always striving to get us to take part in those things. I know I talk slow as fuck. I know sometimes I talk fast, sometimes I talk slow. But what I'm trying to do is, the words are flying past my lenses mentally. And I'm trying to catch the words as they're going by, but sometimes they float so fast by my fucking head. I'm a person that see things mentally, and as they floating by, I be trying to keep up with what's being said to me mentally, and I be trying to give it to you as fast as the fuck I can. I know that sounds crazy and shit, but it's real. I was telling Troy, I don't know if you guys can see my background, but that's kind of how my mind work. It'd be a little bit over here and some shit, then all of a sudden it stem off, and then it be over that way, and I be, what the hell? Wait a minute, I was just thinking about this. Yeah, but wait a minute, but check this out right here, and then wait a minute, but look right there. And, okay, but wait, I'm saying it over here and over there, and that's how my brain works. It works kind of crazy like that, any fucking way. So if it seems like I'm going off topic, I'm not. I'm just going over there to come right back over here. And what I was saying was, with my slow talking ass, was that a lot of times we don't have access to the information as FBA like we need to, because if we had access, then we wouldn't be this far back. Everybody else comes over and they have white people giving them direct access to the different programs. We don't have that access. So that's how other people are able to get ahead quicker. Black people wondering why the whole black bloc took up by the Mexicans through Habitat for Humanities is because y'all didn't go sign up. When they said go sign up, they had, and then they needed all kind of things from y'all. And y'all, we don't come with that. We come with bills. We come with college tuition. We come with uh, um, spots on our credit. But when other people come in, they come in with a fresh line of credit. So that's how it's quicker for them to get stuff than it is for us, because they come with a fresh line of credit. They come with amenities. See, we've been here. We don't have amenities. And so, being that a couple of the people within City Hall and above have taught me amenities and how to get to the amenities, I try to bring them back to us as a people. I want us to understand as a people um, that there's things outside for us. That's why I say stuff to y'all like, ask me a question. If you ask me a question, I can answer the question. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'm always trying to get you to, y'all come on, answer the question for me. Like, let me know what you're talking about. And ask me so that I can spill it out, because if not, then it'll be running across my brain and shit, like I told y'all a minute ago. It'd be running back and forth across my damn brain and shit. I'll be trying to figure out, wait a minute, let me catch up. Wait a minute. But that's also a miracle of God. That's also the miracle of God, is to be able to access the universe that way, to where you can pull things out from the universe that's accessible at this moment to us, to be able to do the things necessary to get the job done, because everything, the tools are already there. All we have to do is access them, because God have already put the tools in place for us to be able to utilize for, the things that we need to do. So, if there's anything that you guys don't know, and if I can get access to, and I do have access to, as far as music, as far as community, as far as far as show ideas and show setup and stuff like that, ask me, because I have an array of information that I can give you guys concerning those things. And I don't mind giving it to you. I actually like giving you stuff. So I would think that, yeah, ask me. Okay. So if there's anything else that you guys want to know, um, we have a show coming up next week with Miss Ricky Almond. Yeah, we got Black Vamp coming up, and it's Ricky's birthday, so I hope that you guys are generous for her cash app, because it is Ricky's birthday next weekend, and she's deciding to come on a day before her birthday so that we could party with her for her birthday. Um, and that's Black Vamp next week. We have the legend himself, Kasim the week after. We have Dario German coming up in one of those weeks or two after Kasim, and Pretty Rico Bands, and somebody else. It's somebody else. I just cannot remember his name. Every time I get on here, I can't remember his name, because he's coming before all these people that I'm telling, before Dario, before Pretty Rico. There's another young man. I just can't remember his name, but I'll put the flyer up so you guys can see it. And let's hope nobody else calls back out busy. Well, Troy had to go to work, so we ain't gonna blame Troy. But he did call back in the next day and decide, also to double check on the show to make sure we all was all right. And he did come back in with the purpose of doing our pre-record. So our pre-record will be up soon in the next couple days. And yeah, maybe we can get Jay Relentless back in here somewhere down the line. I suppose it's because there's not enough. No, let me not say that. He said he got an emergency. I'm just saying. But I know that, we have Mike Mess coming in, we have Dot Demo coming in, we have Dougie Fresh somewhere down the line coming in, and then let's hope that I can grab one of my favorite fellows off the block, John Pope Olivier. Y'all call him Poke from Track Masters. Let's see if we can drag Poke over here for a minute and come holler at us and come see about me. But until then, we had to get through our little 1 hour show without my man Pretty Rico, without Jay Relentless. But Jay, apologize to the audience for me. Holla at y'all.
Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freezed up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speed up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a ski mask, the motion, and eat up. Fresh out of the freezer.